Hello, everybody. Welcome to another one of my fantasy football series. In this edition, I have the Iberian Cup. Don't mind the box that I have these flags on. I couldn't find a cover or a towel. What is Iberia? Iberia is the southwest peninsula of Europe where Portugal and Spain are. There are 5 countries there. Well, I should say 4 countries. Portugal, Spain, Gibraltar, and Andorra. And who's this? This yellow and red striped flag? That is the flag of Catalonia, which is a province within Spain that has been fighting for independence for, well, many within the province want to be an independent country, want to become Catalonia. So why do I have them in this tournament? Because Catalonia has their own quote-unquote national football team. And a lot of the players that play on the Spanish national team for Spain, both in the past and in the present, come from this region of Spain called Catalonia. And since they have their own national team, there is a possibility that someday Catalonia will become an independent country in Spain. And if they do, I think that they will not be like a Kosovo or a Gibraltar or a South Sudan who becomes a new member of FIFA, but they are amongst the worst teams in the world. I think Catalonia would automatically become a second-tier side in Europe and would push to qualify for European Championships and World Cups. And I think they'd be in a pretty decent position to do so because Catalonia contains the city of Barcelona, and in eastern Spain, that part of the country produces a lot of football talent. So right away, if Catalonia became independent or became a member of FIFA, they're already one of the maybe 10 or 15 best sides in Europe, and I think they would cause a lot of trouble. So in this tournament, I want to make a prediction. What if these 5 countries here existed? Who would win the Iberian Cup? Now, since there's an odd number of teams, I think the 3 highest ranked sides, Catalonia, Portugal, and Spain, would automatically qualify, which means a 2-legged playoff a preliminary round would be need between Gibraltar and Andorra to determine who gets the 4th and final spot in the tournament. I'd like to go with Gibraltar because they're a new team. They've only been a part of UEFA and FIFA for a year or so, or maybe a couple of years, I'm not sure. So, who would win the playoff between Gibraltar and Andorra? First leg, this is really tough because Gibraltar, and then Andorra, Andorra did get a fluke result against Hungary, but they're not much better than Gibraltar are. Gibraltar almost defeated Cyprus in their last World Cup qualifying match at home. So I think this tie here would be very close. First leg, in Gibraltar, I think it would be a draw. I would say 1-1 between Gibraltar and Andorra. And then in the return leg, Andorra and Gibraltar. I'm going to say 0-0, which means that Andorra would qualify for the Iberian Cup on the away goals rule of 1-1. It's kind of sucks. I like Gibraltar, I like their flag, but I don't think they would participate in the tournament. So then we have our actual tournament. Portugal and Spain being the 2 seeded teams. Who would go into what group? Randomly drawn Catalonia in with Portugal, Andorra with Spain. A little bit lopsided and unfair to Portugal considering Catalonia is a much bigger threat than Andorra are, but that's the way it is. So Portugal versus Catalonia. Who would win that first leg? I think Portugal would win, and I think they would win, I'm going to say 3-1. The return leg, Catalonia against Portugal. I think it'd be a 2-2 draw. And Portugal would win 5-3 on aggregate. They would win the group. Catalonia in second. Spain versus Andorra would be a blowout. First leg in Spain, I think Spain would win 5-3. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. They're not usually a high-scoring team against minnow sides as well, though, Spain. So I'm going to say 4-0. And then, return leg, Andorra versus Spain, 3-0 for Spain, 7-0 on aggregate total. Spain tops the group, Andorra in second. So the semifinals would then be Portugal against Andorra and Spain against Catalonia. Portugal against Andorra. I think Portugal would win the first leg like 5-0. I'm going to say 5-0. Spain versus Catalonia. I'm going to say 2-0. And then Andorra versus Portugal. I think Portugal would win 2-0 because they're not a high-scoring side themselves. So Portugal would win on aggregate 7-0 and go to the final. Andorra would be eliminated. They go to the third, fourth placed game. Catalonia versus Spain. I'm going to throw a twist here. Catalonia would win this match. I think they would win this 2-1. Because like I said, a lot of talent within Spain comes from Catalonia. And here, a lot of talent from Spain would not be able to play for the Spanish national side. So, because Catalonia would be independent in this scenario, I could see Catalonia getting a victory here. 2-1. But on aggregate, it's not enough to advance to the final. Since Spain have won the first leg 2-0. So I think Spain would advance to the final 3-2 on aggregate. But it'd be really close. The third place match. Andorra against Catalonia. I think Catalonia would win this 3-1. And then Catalonia versus Andorra in the return leg. Catalonia wins 3-0. So they would win 6-1 on aggregate. Again, the gap in quality between Catalonia and Andorra here would just be way too much. So Andorra finishes in fourth, Catalonia in fifth. The final, the two best teams in Iberia, regional rivals and neighbors, the winners of the last 3 European championships, Portugal and Spain. Very tough. First leg. Who would win the first leg? Well, where would the first leg take place? I'll say Portugal. So who would win the first leg? I think Portugal would narrowly win 1-0. No, you know what? I'm going to say 2-1. I'll say Portugal would win 2-1. And then Spain versus Portugal. Not much in quality in the gap between these sides. Spain 1-0. Which means on aggregate 2-2. But Spain would be the champions of Iberia by virtue of the away goals rule. Spain win the Iberian Cup, Portugal in second, Catalonia in third, Andorra in fourth, Gibraltar in fifth. So thank you guys for watching my video. See you in the next one. Till then, have a good night. Much love and peace out.